Hey guys, it's Kelli from fitnesswinner.com. Today I have an upper body strength workout for you. We're going to be doing 7 groups of 2 in an AB format, 8 reps apiece. I've included a short warm-up as well as a cool down. This is going to be a good workout. It's going to leave us nice and sore the next day. All you're going to need is a set of dumbbells. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with a very quick upper body specific warm-up. So go ahead and start moving around a little bit. We're going to start just jogging in place a little, just getting our blood flowing, ready to work. Especially if you've been sitting for a very long time, you always want to make sure this, you might actually want a little more than this if you've been sitting for more than an hour. In 5 seconds, we're going to switch to shoulder rolls, alternating front and back. Okay, so plant your feet, go back, and then forward. As much range of motion as you can. Really exaggerate it as much as you can. Next, we're just going to swing our arms in front of our body, crossing over, alternating which one's on top each time. All right? So kind of rock back and forth. A couple extra calories burned in there. Again, swing them across as much as you can and then pull them back as much as you can too. All right, next up, I'm going to do jumping jacks. Kick it up a notch here. Focus on, again, range of motion instead of, instead of just flailing your arms around, bending at the elbows. Do the whole thing. Your arms are what you're focusing on here, so make sure they're working properly. All right, now step and pull. So just a lateral step and a row. 10 more seconds, I'm going to switch to front jacks. So just like a regular jumping jack, but you're going to bring your hands right in front of you or out in front of your shoulders instead of over your head. Okay, so out and then in. It's our last one, and then we're going to grab our weights and move on to our strength training. Pick up the pace as you get warmer. 5 seconds left. 1. All right, grab your weights. Again, we have 7 groups of 2 different exercises in an AB format, 8 reps apiece. Now the reason why we can do these upper body exercises front to back like that in an AB format is because we're pairing opposing muscle groups. So when one muscle group is resting, the other will be working and vice versa. So a lot of these you're going to notice first we do the chest and then we do the back. And one muscle group gets to rest while you're working the other. It's a great way to maximize the amount of time you have strength training. Otherwise, you can wait up to a minute, 4 minutes in between sets, depending on what your goals are. This is a really great way to get in a lot of strength training in a minimal amount of time. All right, so first up we have a chest fly. So if you have a physio ball or a bench at home, you can definitely use that. I go into a bridge to provide a little bit of elevation and also get in a little bit of a glute and core workout. So hold your weights here and come out here, doing a chest fly, okay? The next one we're pairing it with is a reverse fly. So stand your feet shoulder width apart, bend with a flat back, hold your weights right down directly below your shoulders and bring up, pinching those shoulder blades together. Bring them right back down, okay? We're going to show you the amount of weight that I'm using. That's just it's not a suggestion as what you should lift, it's just an idea, okay? It's always, the amount of weight you should be lifting is always specific to your own strengths, okay? So, 8 repetitions. Down on the mat, press up into your bridge, arms up. Here we go. Inhale on the way down, Exhale as you press up. There's 4. That's halfway. And one more. All right, so I have to drop the amount of weight I'm lifting. This next movement is definitely a weaker one for me personally. I'm going to be using 9 pounds in each hand. All right, so grab your weight, bend over, keep your back flat, and pinch. Lift your arms out as far up as you can without using any swinging motion. Whew. One more. Oh. Yeah, I can tell I'm going to need to drop my weight even on that. Okay, so going back to a chest fly. Change your weights if you need to. Lay back down on the ground. Kick your hips up. And start it up. There's halfway. Remember, you can always go to the link below in the description. Takes you to an article where you get a very thorough description of every one of these exercises, okay? 2 more. Last one. Oh, that burns. All right, here we go. Take that weight back down. I'm gonna pick a lower weight this time. I'm gonna go with 6 pounds in each hand. Okay. Take a deep breath and start it up. Use the same rate of motion on the way up as you do the way down. Don't use any momentum to cheat. Two more. It doesn't hurt to squeeze your glutes while you're doing this either. Make the most of it. Oh, and there's your last one. All right. Remember, during these breaks, you can always hit pause if you need a longer rest than we give you. Otherwise, we'll be right back with the next 2 exercises. Our next 2 exercises are a basic bicep curl. For this one, I'm going to start off with 15 pounds, just keeping your palms facing inwards. Curl. Using the same speed on the way up as the way down. No jerking, no cheating. I want you to really focus on using your muscles through every little bit of that motion, okay? And the next one, I'm going to be doing tricep extensions, a bent over tricep extension. I'm going to be using 12 pounds for the first round at least. We'll see how long that lasts. So I'm going to bend here, kind of stick out your butt, have your arms straight down behind you or underneath your shoulder joints. Pull them up so that your elbows are tucked in at your sides on your ribs. And then extend, and you're going to feel that right in the back of your arm there, okay? So, 8 reps. First up, we have those curls. So grab your weights, stand up nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart, and start them up. Again, squeeze your glutes, pull in your core, keep your whole body working, if not just a little bit while you're doing it. There's halfway. Two more. It gets harder not to cheat towards those last few reps. Last one. And there we go. Okay, tricep extensions. So I'm going to lower my weight. Again, I'm using 12 for this one. 12 per hand. Okay, so bend slightly at the knees, lean forward so your arms are directly below your shoulders. Pull your elbows up, pin them at your sides, and then straighten those arms out. There's halfway. One more. All right, so next time I will definitely go lower on that, just because I would rather have full range of motion and perfect form rather than lifting a heavy weight. It's always better to opt out of the amount of weight you're lifting and go for form instead, okay? So get ready for those curls. Bend at the elbow, bring them up as high up as you comfortably can. There's halfway, 4 more to go. Inhale on the way down. Exhale for the hard part on the way up. There we go, 2 more. Oh, this is getting painful. Last one. Oh, okay. And slowly back down. Okay, tricep extension. So this time, like I said, I'm going to lower my weight. I'm going to go for 9 pounds per hand and see if I can't have better control over my movements here, okay? So here we go, pull those shoulders, those elbows back, start it up. There's 5. One more. All right, another group down. Grab a drink of water if you need to, otherwise we'll start right back in. You're going to want to grab a lighter weight for these next 2 exercises. They tend to be points of weakness and they're a little bit awkward. So we're going to be doing lateral raises, so standing straight up, bringing both arms just about to shoulder level, and then back down, okay? 8 repetitions. And then a rear raise, so you're bending over, keeping your back flat, hands directly underneath your shoulders. You're gonna pull back as far up as you can control, okay? Palms facing in, facing one another, and just lift back, all right? So first up, we've got the lateral raises. So standing straight and tall, lift out just about to shoulder height, and then back down. Exhale on the way up. Last one. All right, now the bent over rear raises. So hands right underneath your shoulders, palms facing in towards one another, and pull directly back. As far up behind yourself as you can without swinging. Stop right under the shoulder. That's halfway if you're moving along with me. Just 2 more. All right, and that is it. 1 more round of both of those. If that wasn't hard enough, make sure that you adjust your weight. You want it to be really difficult by those last 2 repetitions, okay? I'm using 6 pounds is all for both of these, and I'm still feeling it. So choose what you need to challenge yourself, okay? Ready? Here we go. There's 1. It's hard not to make funny faces when you're doing these. If you're doing them right, you should be making funny faces, okay? 2 more. Last one. There we go. Okay, back to this bent over rear raises. Give your shoulders a couple rolls, a little break in between. All right, so slight bend in the knees, bend forward of the waist, palms in facing each other, and lift backwards behind your body. Two more. Hold it. And there you go. Okay. Get ready for the next group. Our next pair of exercises are ventral raises and a dumbbell pullover with a narrow press. So for the ventral raises, you can bring in your arms starting right in front of your palms, facing your legs, and then lift out just to shoulder height and then back down, okay? For the next one, I'm going to be using 6 pounds for that last one I showed you. And for this next one, I'm going to start off with 15. So hold your weight here. We're going to be doing a pullover, basic pullover, using both hands on the weight, and then when you come back up, stop directly right over your chest and drop down for a narrow press, okay, before you go down. And you can even go up into a bridge for this one if you want the extra elevation and work the glute, thighs, and core at the same time, okay? So, those ventral raises, grab your weight. Again, this is one you might have to go a little bit lighter than you're used to with. So stand feet shoulder width apart and lift up. Stay in control of that movement the entire time. No swinging, no jerking. Here's 4. 6. 2 more. Oh. Last one. And let those arms drop. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to pick 15 pounds for this next one. And I'm holding the weight in both hands. So, here, drop down. Like I said, you can go up into a bridge if you like. Arms straight out so that you're directly over your shoulder joints, and then bring your arms back over above your head, bring it back down, stop right where you started, and then drop your elbows down to your sides, okay? So it's a little bit different. Work some different muscles than normal. There's 2. Just halfway, guys. 5. 6. Oh, my arms are shaking. Crazy. 7. Here's the last one. Oh. And drop it down. And we're done. Okay. One more of each of those. There we go. Pick up my lighter weights. Okay, so those ventral raises. Palms facing those thighs, and lift them up. 2. 'There's halfway. 2 more. Last one. And let it relax. Okay. So, we're gonna have 15 pounds again. Lay it on the mat, whichever way you want to. Either flat on your back or in a bridge. Again, if you have a physio ball or a bench, that works fine too. Here we go. Lower above your head. Come back up over your chest and lower. For 1 repetition. Remember to not to hold your breath. You want to be breathing. There's 3. 4. 2 more. Last one. Oh. All right, there we go. And we have just a few more groups left. This is flying by. That's the best part about supersets, is the amount we're getting done in a little amount of time. See you in just a minute. The next 2 are definitely upper body specific, but they also work lots of different muscle groups throughout the entire body. So we have a side star. You can do this from a full high plank or from your knees in a half push-up position. You're going to take and you're going to do a row and then rotate and punch upwards, straight up, out from your body, keeping it in a line with the rest of your body. Come back down, turn your body, and then set down the weight. So we're going to do 8 repetitions on each side of the body. And then we're going to be doing roundabout push-ups, which are going to feel probably incredibly cruel at this point. Again, do it from a full push-up if you can, but otherwise, just going in a circle, coming down on one side, lowering, cross over to the other, and push up on the other, and we're rotating. So the next time, you're going to go down on the other side. Okay? So, I'm going to start out with these rows and side stars. Remember, here if you can, and from your knees if you need it to be easier. So let's start it up. Here we go. Row, rotate, and extend. Come back down, turn, and drop that weight. There's 1. One on the other side. Kind of lied there, sorry. Switch sides. And there's 2. I'm gonna switch to my knees. Here's 3. Keep your core tight through this whole movement. Suck in your belly. There's 4. So remember to keep your chest facing the ground as you pull that weight up. So you really feel it in your upper back. There's 5. Two more on each side. One more on each side. Last one. Oh. All right, shake it out for just a second. We're gonna go to those roundabout push-ups, okay? We're just doing 8 repetitions, alternating which direction we're circling each time, okay? This is gonna be ugly. My arms are whooped already. All right, ready? Here we go. Down one side and down on the next. There's 3 and halfway already. 5, 6, 2 more. Last one. Oh, boy, okay. This is gonna be rough. Okay, back to the side stars. 8 repetitions on each side of the body, so 16 total. Remember, challenge yourself, do the hardest version you can for as long as you can. You can always switch back to the easier way if your form starts to suffer, if you start to get tired, okay? Here we go. There's 1 repetition. Two. Oh man, my arms are beating like crazy with this one. Arms and shoulders. Oh. There's halfway. 4 more repetitions on each side of the body. Okay, 1 more on each side of the body, and we're done for a minute. Last one. All right, there we go. Set your weights down. Take a quick breather, and we'll go right into the roundabout push-ups. I don't know if you guys, I'm sweaty, I'm dripping over here. All right, here we go. Put your hands down there, shoulder width apart. Remember, the hardest version you can, go up on your toes if you can. These are hard to do a full version of, but if you can, more power to you, definitely. Ready? Here we go. Down on one side, up on the other. There's 2. 3. That's halfway. 6. 1 more. And here we go. All right. It wasn't pretty, but we got it done. Take a quick breather, grab some water if you need to, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're down to our last 2 groups of exercises, just 4 more exercises to go, so there's a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? So next we have kind of a unique movement. You're gonna need a really light weight for this one, especially at this point. We're gonna go all the way up over our heads, but we're gonna stop midpoint and bring it together for a press, come back out, and go back all the way over your head. Do the same thing on the way down, okay? So we're just working those muscles from every range we could possibly think of. So that's one of them. The next one we're going to be doing is a bent over shrug. So you're going to need a heavier weight for this one probably. Otherwise you're going to stand with feet shoulder width apart, bend over at the waist, keep your back flat, bend over as parallel to the ground as you can, and just squeeze those rhomboids together. Just bring those shoulder blades together and really just enjoy that burning feeling you're going to have, okay? It's a good one for posture, definitely. Okay, so for this one, I'm using only 3 pounds. That's okay if you have to go really light. No one's judging, okay? Just make sure your form is good. So we're starting here, coming out, press your hands together, go back out, and then back over your head, okay? Once we're down here at our sides again, there's 1 rep, okay? Together, back out, over your head. Do the same thing before you drop your hands back down to your sides. There's 2. I went to go hit the record button. My hands are shaking so bad, my arms are shaking so bad. It wasn't very easy. It's kind of funny. Tomorrow will be interesting. I'm gonna make Daniel brush my hair. Over your head, back down, squeeze in the middle, back out. Now we're at halfway. If you have to, drop your weights completely and just do the range of motion. At this point, you're still gonna feel it. Here comes rep number 6. Back out, over your head. Oh my gosh. Here we go, 2 more, we got this. Oh my gosh. Okay, no judging unless you've done this whole thing along with me. It probably looks really easy, but I feel like my arms are going to fall off. So don't feel bad if you feel the same way at home, okay? Here's our last one. Let it drop. All right. Roll those shoulders out. Shake your arms out. Going to those bent over shrugs. I'm going to be using 9 pounds for this one. So grab the weight you need. Bend over at the waist. Let your arms hang right down underneath your shoulders, and then bring those shoulder blades back together. This is a really small range of motion, but you should definitely feel it. Really focus on squeezing it while you're back there. Don't just walk through it. Make it hurt. There we go, we're already halfway. Two more. Last one. All right, here we go, drop your weights. Drop them all together if you need to. Go back to up and over your head with a cross in the middle. Ready? So out to the sides, bring it together in the center, back out, up over your head, out, back in the middle, and there's one rep, okay? 7 more times, here we go. We're almost done with this whole routine. Do the best you can to keep pushing yourself, okay? There's 2. Three, here we go. There's 4 at the bottom of this one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Wishful thinking. All right, I'm gonna drop my weights. Halfway done, so keep going without me if you have to. Meet in the center, back out, over your head, center. They're still shaking, my arms are still shaking. There's 5, here we go. And 6, just 2 more. One more. This one is good even just for range of motion. I don't know, I have a bum shoulder, so trying to get one to do what the other can is kind of a good practice. And there we go. Okay, going back to those shrugs. Using 9 pounds in each hand, remember? But remember, it's always, the amount of weight you're lifting is always specific to your own strength. So I'm not telling you what to lift. This is just a general idea, okay? So bend over at the waist, get your chest as parallel to the ground as you can. Hands right underneath those shoulder joints and squeeze back. Back and up. Three more. Last one. Okay, just one more group and then we'll move into our cool down and stretch. We're down to our last 2 exercises of this entire routine. So first up, we've got a rotating curl. So you're gonna switch your arms so that your palms are facing outward. For the flexion part, so squeeze up, rotate at the top of the motion. On your way down, your palms are going to be facing your thighs, okay? That's the first one. Next one is going to be a skull crusher. So down flat on your back, arms straight up above that shoulder joint, keeping your arms, your upper arms are going to stay in that alignment, and you're going to bend at the elbow so that those weights come right down by your ear, right on the side of your head, hence the name skull crusher. And then straighten them right back up. You should feel that right in your triceps or the back of your arms. So, here we go. Last two exercises here. So palms out, curl up, rotate, and then drop them back down. You're gonna feel the difference here. So it's quite a lot different from a regular curl. I'm lifting lighter for this than I would for regular curl, about 12 pounds instead of 15 to 18. Here's our halfway point. There we go, 4 more. Curl on the way up, rotate those hands, straighten your arms back out. One more. And down. All right. There you go. Drop down to your mat if you have one. Flat on your back, arms up above your head, bend at the elbows so the waist fall right down at your ears. Back up for 1. Oh. There's 3. I'm going to lower my weight because I can feel my forearms starting to suffer. So it's easy to get discouraged with this kind of thing. I'm still not very strong in my opinion, but I'm so much stronger than when I started, and that's what I have to remind myself. Just stick with it and you'll get there. There's 4. Two more. Remember, those forearms are the only parts that should really be moving. Last one, all the way up. There we go. All right. Moving on to that rotating curl. Grab your weights. So you're having your palms facing out, curl upwards, rotate at the top, and back down. Here's 3. That's halfway. Keep those elbows pinned to your side. Try not to let them sneak out away from you as you get tired. 5. 2 more. Last one. And down. Okay, last exercise, and then we move on to a cool down stretch. So, lay down on your mat, arms straight up. Take a deep breath. Here we go. That's halfway. 5, 6, just 2 more. I know it's burning like crazy. Just try to get it done. Oh. Last one. Oh. Oh. Okay, I think I cheated a little bit on that one. All right, the only thing we have left is a cool down stretch. Grab a drink of water if you need to. We'll start up in just a minute. For our cool down and stretch, we're gonna be doing some dynamic motions first and then move into some more static stretching to loosen up those muscles. So first we're just gonna start off like we started, swinging our arms back and forth, stretching out all that tension in there. Just work these muscles pretty hard. We're gonna be doing each of these intervals for about 20 seconds, okay? We're going to switch to shoulder rolls in about 5 seconds. All right, so we're alternating back and then front. All right, now we're going to swing from top to bottom. Push back and then pull back. Push on each of those ends of movement. You want to really be stretching. All right, now you're going to grab the arm of this, the upper arm of this arm and pull it across your chest. Should feel this along the back of the arm here. All right, switch sides. Next up, we're gonna do an overhead tricep stretch. Get your arm up, bend, and pull that elbow back as far as you can so you're tapping between your two shoulder blades. All right, down, switch to the other side. Next up, we're going to do a wall chest stretch. So if you have an open wall or anything you can kind of press your hand flat against, that's going to be helpful. I'm going to stretch out those chest muscles. All right, so take your hand flat on the wall and then rotate as far as you need to feel a chest stretch right across here. All right, switch sides. Now grab the tips of your fingers and pull back. I'm going to stretch this inside of your forearm here. Okay, next we're going to point our fingers downwards, flexing at the wrist. Pull the opposite way. Just put just a little bit of pressure there just so you feel that tension. Okay, switch sides. Pull that hand back. Whatever you do tomorrow for a workout, you're going to make sure that you're not doing upper body. It's a good time to do legs or HIIT, that's lower body intensive, or core, even light cardio. So make sure you give your upper body at least 24 hours rest. Put your fist down, pull towards you. Next up, we're going to reach for our toes, but we're going to put our hands behind our back and let our arms stretch out overhead. So, lay down, grab your hands behind your back, and go over. So you should feel this in your hamstrings and your upper back and your chest and shoulders. All right, we're gonna go into a downward dog. Oh. Press down, keep your heels flat if you can, and press down so your head is in between your shoulders and you can feel that stretch through your upper back and shoulders. All right, sink down into a cobra. Push back into child's pose. Focus on really pressing down so that you feel a stretch along your arms and forearms there. Okay, last one. Push upwards so you're rounding your back. You should feel this in your upper back. Shell stretch is what this one's called. All right, the last one. Good job, guys. This workout is complete.